for that information and insight. A lot of developments, as always, coming out of Gaza and the Middle East. We will continue to bring you all of those as we get them. We move on now, and the UK Foreign Secretary David Lammy has praised Armenia and Azerbaijan for what he called bold steps taken in Washington after the two countries signed a US-brokered peace deal ending decades of conflict. Lammy also commended President Donald Trump's role in securing the agreement, saying Britain stands ready to support peace. The deal creates a transit corridor through Armenia to connect Azerbaijan with its exclave of Nakhchivan, a long-standing demand of Baku. The United States will have development rights over the route, now dubbed the Trump route for international peace and prosperity. Iran has welcomed the agreement but warned against foreign intervention, expressing concern that the corridor near its border could disrupt regional security. Tehran has long opposed the project, often referred to as the Zangezur corridor, and says any attempt to push it forward will face a strong response. Well, joining us to discuss this, Shruti Dasgupta, an international affairs expert who joins us live from New Delhi. Shruti, as always, thank you for joining us. Let's first look at the significance of this peace deal. Of course, a long-running dispute and conflict that now has been resolved with US intervention. What's the significance of this for both Azerbaijan and Armenia?
Greetings. I'm appalled at the way this peace deal was put forth. They are, as the name of the route suggests, here a Trump route for international peace and prosperity. They're tripping all over themselves. There has been no mention of whether in the Zangezur region and the Artsakh region, where there will be the resettlement of the displaced Armenians and Armenian Christians, by the way. There has been no accountability that has been held against Azerbaijan for the kind of genocidal ethnic cleansing that they had appropriated in that region. There have been no consequences for Turkey and Ankara on the whole for goading and supporting Azerbaijan's expansionist claim in the region. And beyond that, there has been no information or output stating what is going to happen to the Armenian prisoners still under the capture of Azerbaijan. So for me, this is a really, really prime example of optopolitics, where things just look good and there is actually no detail available apart from what Trump has managed to wrangle from himself, a noble recommendation from two more nations, and a route named after himself as his legacy. And beyond that, the Zangezur corridor, a 99-year-old deal, which is probably going to help Turkey, and it's going to connect the Caspian Sea and the Black Sea. So it's good for the economic part of it if US controls it. So basically it looks good only for the US, not for Azerbaijan, and definitely not for Armenia.
Yes, and Shruti, Iran, of course, welcoming this deal, but also talking about this route that Trump has put his name on, of course, and talking about a foreign role in that route. Of course, Iran have spoken about this previously, but is there also potentially an aspect of this being a US brokered deal, and of course tensions between the US and Iran again boiling over after that 12-day conflict and continued discussions around a potential nuclear deal?
This is completely a US brokered deal, and it's a pressure tactic both for Russia as well as for Iran. They are managing to control the Caucasus region, which is primal, and they're managing to share borders with Iran directly. Of course, and it is more and more, as with each particular week, I'm seeing increased in US influence in the Middle East, and that's where all the minerals are, that's where all the energy sectors are, and this is exactly what they want. Now, if they share borders, if they control the borders and they control the Caspian Sea as well as the Black Sea, they control a lot of what Iran is going to be able to do in the coming days, and they become a huge threat to Iran itself. So that's why Iran has come out and said that although they welcome peace and stability in the region, they are not happy with foreign interference, and that would definitely mean the 99-year lease that Trump has tripped all over.
Yeah, Shruti, thank you ever so much for that insight. Please do